Hi everyone, so we are analyzing the data of top 50 or top paid CEO. Let's go ahead and check the samples or check the head. Let's go ahead and see the info. So this is where we are. Total gross compensation. So now let's go ahead and analyze total released compensation of the CEO. We want to see all the rows. I'm going to pick the column CEO company. TRC. So what's the difference between total gross compensation and total realized compensation? The total gross compensation is the amount of compensation, salary, bonuses, stock options, and other financial reward that an employee receives from their employee before any deduction like tax and retirement contributions that are made. Ooh, this is really interesting, right? Total compensation actually, total realized compensation, the total compensation actually received by an employee in a given year, which includes salary, bonuses, stock options, and other instances that are vested and as being exercised. Okay, so there we are interested in four columns, right? Let's go ahead and see total gross compensation, total gross compensation per year, and then TRC. This is total realized compensation, and TRC, C per year. TRC per year. Okay, TRC, these are all small letters. Okay, let's go ahead and see these data. Total gross compensation. Some of these CEO we do not have the data for total gross compensation, which is totally fine. We're not going to input any data because it is going to affect the data that we would want. And there are some individuals, like the individuals who work at Pinterest, right? It seems like he's in the top 10 list. He's in the 10th position, which is really interesting. So let's go ahead and sort these data out so that we would be able to see sort values, right? So first we are going to, it's already been sorted with total gross compensation, right? Total gross compensation per year. Let's go ahead and see this one. Yeah, there's very high probability that Sundar Pichai is still going to come in the top number, but let's go ahead and see. We are not sorting it by descending order. False. We don't know what this Imeco Holdings. I don't know what this Imeco Holding is. Do you have access to the internet? Please do search about. Let's see if the Gemini is just reading the data from. I can't answer this. So it is just reading the data from the context, which is good. Okay. Let's go ahead and Google it out. It's a locally owned public company that drives a revenue from rental of heavy earth moving equipment. Ooh, this is really interesting. Okay, this is pretty interesting. It seems like it is a niche market. Um, okay, they've been using React. Cool, cool, cool. And on the second position, CEO from Fiat Chrysler Automobile, Madison Square Garden Company. And these are really interesting individuals. Um, what I think is the company based in the United States, they are pretty smart about how they are going to report the tax. They are going to show a bunch of expenses so that they don't have to pay a lot of tax. Let's see what this. It's based in personal care. Okay, international food and personal care based in the United States. It provides organic personal care. This is interesting. It was founded in 2002. This is really interesting. Some of these topics, some of these verticals that we don't even know exist. Yes, we do know that it exists, but to see the CEO of these companies getting the highest gross compensation per year is something to know. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and sort this data out. Now we are going to be focusing on total release compensation. So if a person executes the equity option that they got from the company, then we do have to get data right here. So it's most definitely Netflix. Now it makes sense because most of these big companies, they do not just provide the compensation as in the form of cash, but they also provide the compensation in form of equity options. So it's most definitely Netflix, Microsoft, Liberty Media Corporation, Comcast. And let's go ahead and see the TRC per year. And we do have none. ServiceNow, Wells Fargo. There's a very high probability that these organizations, Sundar Pichai, individuals like Sundar Pichai, would have some top 10 or even top 5 positions, right? Um, well, still Netflix. Okay, this is really interesting. And so, should we go ahead and start charting it out? Yep, let's see. Let's just chart top tens. Now let's focus on TGC, total gross compensation, and plot kind of equals to bar. Okay. Whoops. Head. That's going to be top 10. We are only worried about title. Only worried about top 10. Top 10 CEO with total gross compensation. Okay, now we're going to copy this guy. We're going to be using pretty much this template right here. Now we will use total gross compensation per year, sorted out by total gross compensation per year. Here we go. Now the time is TRC, total released compensation. When I Googled, it says total realized compensation, but it does not make sense to me. Must be total release compensation, right? Okay, let's copy this and paste it right here. Now it is let's take total released compensation per year and paste it out over here. Is it TRC? Yes. Highest TRC per year is the only thing we could add. That's one of the mistakes that we have been making is okay, TRC, right? And first, we gotta sort the value, and here we are going to add the head. And this is how we are only going to see the value, the name of the CEO, because we are going to sort it first. It's not going to be top individuals first. First, we're going to sort it out, and then we're going to take top 10. Okay, now it makes sense, right? So we're not going to grab the top 10 before we sort. First, we're going to sort, and then we are going to take the top 10. TZC per year. Let's go ahead and change the variable. There we go. Okay. Yep. Now we've plotted the data for total gross compensation per year, total released compensation, released compensation per year. I'll see you guys in another video.